Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna talk about Miss Kimmy Cakes going above and beyond to get Ye's attention immediately after that article came out showing photos of the newly wed happy couple. Listen, Kim Kardashian is hell-bent on using Ye and Bianca for relevance as long as she can until she gets that man back, okay? If you guys remember, when everyone was going against Ye, not everyone, because if you're not new here, we have always been rooting for Ye over this channel, right? While we may not agree with everything he says, why we may not support everything that he says, there's one thing we're not going to support, and that's a takedown of another black entrepreneur, a man who has built a legacy over the years. We're not going to support anyone taking that man down for a statement, because the reality is, while what he said might have been offensive to some people, what he said also resonated with a lot of people, right? So I believe that it's okay if someone feels offensive, but at the same time, it's not okay for people to be wishing death upon this man. You know, most recently, Jimmy Kimmel was like, let's melt all the Yeezy, put Ye on it and flow him down the stream. Basically saying, let's treat this man like garbage, right? And people continuously gets away with those comments for now. But we've seen how karma has been working in Ye's favor. Listen, Miss Donda, if that is you in the afterlife working for your son, ma'am, keep doing what you're doing. Now, on a more serious note, right? We truly don't know what is going on. Not everything about life and death is known to us. I believe that there's a lot that is still unknown. In the same breath, there is our divine creator, God. Whenever the legal system fails us, whenever the court fails us, whenever the lawyer is corrupt and failed to do a good job of doing their job, guess who never fails? Jesus never fails. God never fails. Whatever you call your divine creator, he or she will never fail. And we can see that when it comes to Ye, right? But enough of my preaching. Let's get to the matter at hand, okay? Now, if you remember, guys, when Ye was canceled, guess who was on that cancel Ye train? Kim Kardashian and her family. We didn't see Kourtney in it. We saw Kourtney as the only one who was still supporting Ye, because when Ye was doing that Balenciaga, Kourtney was copying it. When everyone was buying their Yeezy Gap, Kourtney was driving past the Yeezy Gap store and say, look, babe. So we can definitely see that Kourtney really likes Ye, and she was the only one who was supporting him based on my observation, right? So when Ye was canceled, Miss Kimmy was showing off on the internet. She was wearing Adidas shirt. She was wearing Balenciaga boots because Balenciaga and Adidas had canceled Ye. And Kim was like, yay, cancel him, cancel him. After he made the world respect me, after he made the fashion industry respect me, after Hollywood didn't see me as anything but trash, and he put me in that place where everyone now respects me, let's cancel him. He has taught me how to make honey, so I no longer need him. I am now better than him. My family and I, we have gotten all we need from him. So yay, let's cancel him. That's what Kim was doing, right? And I'm being honest, that is what we saw. That is what I saw, right? And even Candace Owens was disgusted by the fact that, you know, after Kim and her family made that post, right? Candace Owens told us that Kim had to make that post, her and her family, or else they would have been canceled as well, based on how the Jewish community works. And that's not allegedly. We heard that from Candace Owens' mouth. The video is still up on her platform, right? So right there, that was confirmation that Ye wasn't telling a lie. There's still powers that be, right? But what was disgusting about it is the fact that after, you know, you created that post because you had to protect your brand, you had to protect yourself, right? You were there on the internet posing in your Adidas, Balenciaga, the company that just canceled your husband because she was still married to that man, right? You were there promoting them because she did not see any value in this man. She saw this man as trash. Oh, he has opened the doors of the fashion industry. People now have respect for me. People doesn't see me as the girl who made porn video to get famous. No one no longer sees me and my family as the come up family, right? So her and her family thought that, you know what, we didn't need this man anymore, so to hell with him. And then, not just that, guys, I'm going to get to the Bianca part, but listen, we have to open this gut, we have to open this inflammation of hers, because what she's doing is inflammatory. There's nothing healthy about this inflammation, and we have to open it up so that we can let people see that if you're a celebrity, right? And if you're going through the same thing as Ye, once you put your situation out there, trust and believe, there are content creators who would look into the details, like myself, and talk about it. Because a couple years ago, celebrities were dying from drug overdose, alcohol addiction, and etc., etc. Today, not so much. You know why? Because there's a platform, there's a place that YouTube has given to us where we can debate and we can support artists, celebrities. And guess what? Oftentimes, many of us are not fans, but guess what? We believe that people should be treated like people. And especially when they're not guilty of a crime, they should be treated like a human being. And even if you're guilty of a crime, address the crime that you're guilty of, and whatever should happen, let that process, take place. But don't treat someone as a no one because they said something that is offensive. People have been offending the black community for years, for centuries. We've been slaves, but you want to tell us that we should forgive and forget, right? But when it comes to Ye, you people should not forgive and forget what he said, right? Like, how does that even make sense, right? So as such, we're going into all of this because Kim is playing games at this point, and she needs to be called out for this nonsense. We need to talk about what she did. So when Ye got canceled, before Ye got canceled, if you remember that t-shirt, White Lives Matter, Kim said Ye was doing things for attention. Now that, she got that legal separation, she used Ye to taunt this man, to drive this man back into a mental facility, because that was their aim. And they cannot say it wasn't, because why would you have your first child, this man's first child, your first child? You know that Ye is sensitive about North because North is his twin, his first child. So he has that level of sensitivity around this baby girl, right? Why would you have your daughter sitting in a man's lap that jokes about, doing what to a baby? Why would you have your daughter sitting in that man's lap after that man reached out to you and say, hey, where are the kids? They should be showing up for Sunday service. Pete then took Kim's phone and I'm in bed with your wife, when Ye reached out to Kim about his kids being at Sunday service. So it shows that Kim is just trash. And that's just the honest truth. Because if you look at those things that she did, it proves that she's trash. No decent woman in their right frame of mind would do those things, with a little boy. Because when you look at Ye, Kim, Pete is a younger guy, right? So Kim can call Pete a little boy because he's much younger than her. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful manner, but Pete is just a youngin', right? So after that, Kim efforts failed. Ye was able to heal, the way he knew best, move on. And that relationship failed. Then, Balenciaga and Kim Kardashian, thing happened. Kim apparently has dropped the brand. Now that Kim told everyone that when Ye published those t-shirts that said White Lives Matter, she told everyone that Ye was doing that for attention. But while she was still married to him, when Ye did stuff like that, she told the world that Ye is just an expressive individual and he's going to express himself how he sees it. But the moment that the relationship was over, she started calling that man a clout chaser. But the reality is, this BITCH is the real clout chaser in this game, right? Because how do you go from, creating a post, you and your entire family, to save your brand? You did that, you had to save your brand. And after you did that, you're just gonna rub salt in his wounds by posing in that Balenciaga and Adidas. Yeezys was no longer your thing. You weren't allowing your kids to wear Yeezys. You weren't wearing Yeezys. You were posing off on the internet in night because you had to be petty, right? And you could not be professional enough to say, this is my kid's brand. I may not like what my soon-to-be ex-husband is doing, but like hell, this is my kid's brand. This is my kid's legacy. You see how immature and low down this woman is? Very immature, very low down. She doesn't think from a professional place, and that's why she did that point for come up, right? She's not professional. She's trash. She's garbage, and that's just the honest truth. Because when you look into the details, the matters at hand, how she played in this, listen, this woman is no different from a drug dealer, and I've said it once and I'm gonna say it again. When it comes to money, she has no principles, she has no morals, no values. She doesn't care about anything. She will throw her child under the bus for fame, clout, and attention, just like what she did with Saint and that Roblox thing, saying that, oh my God, my son saw this popping up on the Roblox game, and Roblox was like, hell no, bitch. We don't put those ads on kids' game. How can we advertise adult content on game that kids are playing? What child is going to watch that? What parents is going to allow their child to go in and purchase a adult subscription? Do you see how crazy this woman is? Like, how do people do not see through this woman's ish? It's crazy, right? So now, after she did all of that mess, Ye helped her clear up that Ray J thing, retrieve the sex tape. Ray J wanted that man to look like a liar too, and then everything came out because Kim has her copy, Ray J has her copy, Kris Jenner has her copy. Kris Jenner seems to be the biggest fan of those sex tape based on what I've heard from Ray J, right? So after that, Ye got canceled. Kim rubbed salt in Ye's wound. She was no longer wearing Yeezys because the brand meant nothing to her. She was high rolling, Ye was the cast out, and she was bigger than him because that has always been her dream. Her dream was always to break down this giant that gave her a lifestyle, that gave her respect in the fashion industry, that gave her respect in Hollywood. This was a man who made people look at her. Yes, I'm going to marry you and people are going to have to respect you. People weren't looking at Kim like a doorknob anymore. They were looking at her as somebody's wife, someone who has worked hard, someone who is changing their life. But then this bitch went ahead and erased all the hard work that you did by dating Pete. That's where she started erasing it. And after Adidas, Balenciaga started canceling this man, what did she do? She went ahead, put on that Adidas shirt, put on that Balenciaga boots. She wasn't wearing Yeezys because Yeezys was ish to her at this point, right? But why the heck is it that now that Ye is married to Bianca Censori, happily married to Bianca Censori, not calling you, not messaging you, unfollowed you from Instagram, Ye's over there building a Christian family life with his wife. You're so miserable that you have to be in Yeezys again, working out, saying, oh my God, don't judge me for working out in slides. Go back to Nike. You were wearing Nike just last month before Ye got married, right? She was wearing Nike. What happened to those Nike, Kim? Why are you so showing off in Yeezys now that you heard that Ye has renegotiated with Adidas? Why is Yeezys all of a sudden important? This woman is just a damn user and a damn clout chaser. Every time Ye is rising, you want to be floating on those rising wave that Ye is on. But the moment that he's falling, you are going to ensure that you stand and trample that man without even thinking of your kid's legacy, without even thinking of your kid's brand. This woman is a despicable excuse of a woman. She has no heart. She has no soul. She doesn't care about anything other than money. Her obsession is money. And the more she gets, the more she wants. If she has $1 billion, she's going to want to have $10 billion, right? Are we saying that there's something wrong with that? Heck no, we're not saying that there's something wrong with that. We're saying that the manner in which she uses people and go about willing to push down anyone, she's willing to turn her back on anyone, use anyone for a come up just to get where she is. Even if it means telling lies on her own kids. Even if it means she's going to ruin her kids' legacy. Even if it means she's going to join that cancel campaign to ruin her kids' legacy because she has no soul. She's soulless. Kim is not intact spiritually. She's not spiritually inclined. She's a lost human being. She's just like a floating object floating out in space. No gravity, no foundation. The money that she has cannot save her. And this is why she's doing so many plastic surgery, because she's empty and she consistently seeks these validation because the only thing that have given her validation is gone. She thought that she would have this man to play the game of chess, the game of Thrones, because if you guys remember that little nonsense series that they did about the Kardashian Game of Thrones nonsense bullshit, I'm fed up. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing this woman playing these mind games with this man. Listen, if Donda was alive, Kim, if Donda was alive, listen, you would think twice and go through every post that you make on the internet with a fine-tooth comb, and you could not be messing around with Donda's grandkids like that. That woman would be putting you in your place. This woman has absolutely no respect for herself. None. None. She's disgusting. She's despicable. She's still clout chasing after a man, after a brand that she helped to cancel. And after she can't, not just that, not just cancel, she told the world that this man is a clout chaser because he wasn't with her anymore. But whenever she's crumbling and falling, whenever she's in any business trouble, when anyone is about to get her ass, she calls upon that knight in shining armor. Yay. Kanye, can you help me? North is going to cook for you. Let's have dinner as a family. Bitch, that is over. No more let's have dinner as a family. The kids is going to go to Bianca's house to have dinner with their dad as a family, but you're not going to get here in his house because that's his house. You're so obsessed with every single damn piece of everything that this man creates. You're so obsessed with it that you don't even know how to let it go. He built the house for his family, which includes him. He was in the house. He didn't have any say. He couldn't say anything. You were just controlling everything. And you were like, I'm never leaving here. You have the house fine. But it seems as though the more Ye gives to you is the more you want from him. And you keep playing these mind games. He was in love with her, but he's no longer in love with her. Does he still love her? Yes, I believe he still loves her because that's the mother of his 4 kids, right? But I also believe that the time that he has spent away from her, the time that he's, spent with other women has made him realize that he was just trapped. It wasn't real. It wasn't sincere. It was all a game. It was all about using this man to the highest bid. It was all about still using him, still taking everything from him that she can. And if people don't talk about it, she's not going to step back. Because now, Kim has been working out since last weekend. She has been putting up photos since last week. Did she share any Yeezy moment? No. But every time Ye is spotted with Bianca, this bitch is wearing Yeezys. Every time Bianca, listen, if you look into Kim's photos, right, going to her kids' game before Bianca, we see Kim in casual clothing. But the moment that Bianca starts showing up, she starts dressing like a rock star, which means that she's insecure. No sense of security. She's not rooted. She's not grounded. She's not strong. She's weak. She's frail. Only weak individual plays these games. She's still lost, still misguided. She has grown, but she hasn't matured. She lacks maturity, right? She may know the games of money, but she truly doesn't know the game of life. Because one day she's going to realize that she was nothing but a damn fool on this planet. Nothing but that. She has no contribution. Building a brand, Well, let me not say she doesn't have any contribution, because she has four beautiful kids who are going to move on to do amazing things. Nothing like what she's doing, but more like what their dad has built, an empire. She hasn't built an empire. She has built an illusion, because everything around her is an illusion, minus her kids. Her business deals, illusion. Her skims line, without ye, illusion. Because she's selling eeny teeny bikini, telling everyone that it can fit everyone no matter the size, when it's not true. TikTok has proven over and over it's not true. So this woman consistently is living in an illusion, which makes her delusional.